What happened?
Leave or I'm calling the police.
Wednesday.
You want to do this now?
You're damn right I want to do it now.
There's only 2 episodes left
You could take the hostility out your voice.
before the Sistas season
You
finale.
still in love with him?
We got a call that there was a domestic disturbance.
Strap in, because the revelations have just begun.
The guy at the airport was sleeping with him. Take a look. Wait, what?
Tyler Perry's Sistas, all new Wednesday at
Okay, Sistas fans, hope everybody's doing well. You just saw the full promo. Thank you for everybody that sent the 30-second promo very early to me this morning. You just saw the promo for Season 6, Episode 20, entitled The Last Laugh. So there are 2 more episodes after this one. I believe December 27th is the season finale. But according to sources, it looks like we are definitely getting another episode the following week, starting off Season 7. So there is no hiatus, which is, I'm not complaining, because the more content between now and when my house is ready, that means the more money I can save up. So yeah, I'm going to capitalize on that. But The Last Laugh. Karen reconsiders a new direction for her shop, while Zach and Fatima prepare for unfortunate news about his son. Meanwhile, Sabrina is determined to reclaim her life. First things first, I am so glad that next week's episode, we finally move on to the next day. I think somebody during the live or on Twitter was like, yeah, thank goodness, because we've been in the same day for like 7 episodes. And I'm like, yeah, you could definitely feel that. But, let me just talk about the last part of the synopsis first, because it wasn't anywhere in the actual trailer or in credit. Meanwhile, Sabrina's determined to reclaim her life. Now, Maurice was talking to, I think the name of that friend of his at the gay bar is named Chris. When they were at that party last night, he said, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to talk to my boss to get my job back. So I'm guessing that Sabrina's determined to reclaim her life, as in, you know, she's hopefully going back to work soon. That's really all I have to say about Sabrina. Now, Karen reconsiders a new direction for her shop. We do get a scene of Karen arriving at the shop. Brian's there with the truck and everything. So it's possible, you know, he's just going to start getting to work. But then again, you know, it just begs the question of, like, the payment. Like, how is that going to work? Like, does Brian want the money up front? Does he require a down payment? These are questions we really need answered, because like I did the video yesterday about people talking about, oh, Brian is trying to, you know, scam Karen. Now, based on the promo, Karen's like, this is the job we discussed payment for, right? And Brian goes, actually, it's a different price. And then it looks like Karen kind of, you know, just has a pissed off look on her face as she, you know, puts her purse back on, and Brian, you know, is looking a bit smug and flirtatious, but I don't know, because Karen goes, oh, but here's the thing though, because the video I did yesterday was like, well, when you really think about it, Karen is the one who's technically scamming Brian, because she says, oh, I have the money, when we know she doesn't. Now, again, we don't know the entire cost of the repairs yet, but let's say it's $100,000 plus. Karen ain't got that. Even if you consider the money she got from Zach a few seasons ago, she ain't got that kind of money. Andy said she can loan it to her. Zach was willing to give her the money, but she ripped up the check. Aaron, willing to give the money as well. She said no. So now Brian, if he doesn't require down payment and whatnot, he's just working to work without knowing that Karen doesn't have the money as of yet. So there's that. But think about it. Karen reconsiders a new direction for her shop. This could mean Brian, you know, could give her like a different floor plan or a new business model or something. And then looking at the different prices, Karen decides to change her shop around based on that. Remember, this is the job we discussed payment for, right? It's a different price. Now, that could mean Karen might be looking at the wrong paperwork when she's looking at Brian's files. And maybe she decides to do something different, like maybe split the shop with another person. Again, I don't know. Remember, it says new direction, so who knows? Let's see. While Zach and Fatima prepare for unfortunate news about his son. Okay, so Fatima arrives, or excuse me, Zach and Fatima arrive at the apartment. Now, there's two scenes. One where they're up at Heather's place, and then another where they're talking to Miss Cheryl. So I'm just going to assume that they go up to Heather's before Miss Cheryl's there. I don't know, but let's just talk about the Cheryl stuff because it's quick. Fatima's like, "Thank you for calling us." Cheryl's like, "If that girl calls me out of my name one more time, I'm gonna bust her behind for you." And Zach is looking, a bit pissed. So I'm thinking this happens after they already come down. So they rush into Heather's place. Zach's like, "What happened?" Heather's like, "Leave or I'm calling the police." And two things to point out about this scene. We see like a paramedic who seems to be patching up Heather's wrist. So it seems like, she was hurt somehow. And then off in the corner, we see this guy who kind of looks like a thug, toothpick in his mouth, just leaned up against the wall. What's that about? Is this one of Heather's boyfriends? Is this the person that did this to her? But we do know that that same cop, I believe this is the same policeman that Heather brought over to Zach's house when she got Michael back. He rolls in with like a couple other cops. We got a call that there was a domestic disturbance. Now, I'm thinking this could be foreshadowing because remember, spoilers, I guess. Again, spoiler alert for Zatima season 3. Zach is going to be arrested for murder. I'm thinking that something happens to Heather and then he gets blamed for it. That's what I think. That's what I think here. Now, notice we didn't see Michael at all in the promo, so who knows? Maybe he was taken to the hospital. I don't know. But if he was, why didn't Heather go with him? Okay, so that's it for the synopsis stuff. Now to kind of break down what's left, we need to talk about Preston and Danni, Danni and Tony, some Gary stuff, some Andy stuff. All right, so it looks like Danni finally gets home after leaving Karen's. And, folks, Danni just working my nerves in more ways than one. So it looks like she finally gets home and, of course, doesn't want to be bothered with. It looks like she walks in. Danny's like, "You want to do this now?" Preston's like, "Damn right I want to do this now. You can take the hostility out of your voice." This coming from Danni is just rich, considering the way she was behaving at Jordan's house. Just, wow. Take the hostility out of your voice. I tell you something. So from there, it looks like they go to bed angry or not talking to each other. So Preston gets out of the restroom. This is the next morning. "Good morning." Danny's on her phone. Look like she's swiping or whatever, scrolling. "I have 2 hours, Preston." Like she doesn't even want to be bothered with. But no, yesterday morning you were rushing to get to work 2 hours early. Now what? You too hungover or something? So then it looks like Preston's getting ready to head out, and he goes, "The guy at the airport." And then Danny kind of looks up like, "Are you sleeping with him?" And then like the blank stare on her face says it all. First of all, you can get mad if you want to, but Preston asked a fair ass question. He certainly did. Now watch, she going to be pissed off and use this as an excuse to go off on him. Watch. That's exactly what she's going to do. So from there, it looks like she does make it to work, and then she's talking with Tony in the parking lot. He's like, "We're dangerous together." I know. Yeah, they probably deserve that. They always deserve it, so they're probably just recounting everything that went down at Jordan's house the night before. So again, you just look at the difference between how she interacts with Preston versus how she's interacting with Tony. So it looks like either before or after. I'm guessing this is before Karen goes down to the salon, but we do have Jordan. Looks like he's the one that calls. Andy's like, "Hello?" Jordan's like, "Hey, this is Jordan. Hi." And I'm guessing that Karen stops by before she goes. Well, then I don't know. Maybe she goes to the salon first and then she goes. Well, no, maybe she goes to Andy's to let her know about the paint of the amount for the salon. I don't know. Better her than Zach, I suppose. But in any case, she's like, "Are you still in love with him?" And I'm like, somebody mentioned this yesterday because I said how, wow, Karen's actually sweet and she's just minding her own business. and she's nice to the girls, wants them to stay. Well, Jeremy, I'm just saying, I feel like the only reason she was, that eager to have him stay to eat pizza and chill is because for once she's not the one in the hot seat. And I'm like, that is a very valid point. But either way, I'm happy to see this happy-go-lucky Karen, even if it's just for a little while. I hope it's not, but, I'd rather see a smiling, loving Karen than the one we're usually getting in this show. So from there, it looks like Gary makes an early morning stop by Hayden's place. Hayden's like, what are you doing here? I need to talk to you. And it looks like he hands over a folder. And Gary's like, take a look. And Hayden's like, wait, what? And we do see Tamara does come outside and she waves at Gary. And Gary's just kind of staring her down because perhaps this paperwork is something that he found out about Tamara. Because remember in the finale, Andy, Penelope, and Fatima confront Gary. It is possible that this has something to do with, the Tamara stuff. Because I do believe in episode 21, we do know at some point Hayden confronts Fatima over Tamara. So Gary probably found something out. That's probably what's going on here. But yeah, that's pretty much the full breakdown for the trailer for next week, The Last Laugh. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, please take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.